Now I guess cinema is just like an open book where everybody wants to do everything. I think Vijay Sethupathi broke that. A hero stature, a hero came, did characters, did guest roles, did villain. So that's how it works now.
Let's just go back all the way to the beginning. Were you always passionate about cinema and acting, and is this what you aspired to be since you were a child?
So honestly speaking, no. Cinema was just an accident which happened to me. I guess I had no ambition to get into cinema. I was not from the cinema background. Neither I was a born rich child. So it was a typical lower middle class family, a raised up boy who wanted to pursue something in academics, a bit of sports, and then go abroad and get settled in whatever profession at that particular point. But having said that, I guess perhaps things have completely changed when I was doing my 11th standard. So, but I started dancing when I was, say, 5th standard. So, from there, my dancing career started. So, I guess that's the point where everything changed, where I started getting a little exposed to media. I started doing some stage shows where I started overcoming stage fear. So all those things put together helped me in getting into boys. So how boys happened is when I was doing my 11th standard, since you asked a question like whether I had an idea to get into cinema, appo suttama illa. So 11th standard la no dance paathu da vandittu cinema came to me, and from there was no looking back. Yeah.
When you were first approached, how much did you know about cinema, and how different was this world when you were stepping into it?
Well, again, being very honest, I had zero knowledge about cinema. It was like a typical middle class family who wants to go to cinema in a month once or probably twice. If you're really a cinema buff, probably every weekend you would hit the theaters. But my family wasn't that kind. So we would go to cinema when there's a real rare review about a particular film, and then we would go see, or probably a film of a star value. So that's how it worked in our system, in my family. So we had no idea who was Shankar sir, and of course we all know Rahman sir. But apart from that, I guess when the boys team approached me, my father, myself and my mother, we had no idea of what we are getting into. So that's how it was. And then so typical no idea cinema family.
So during the beginning stages of your career, what was it like finding your voice as an actor?
It was, actually speaking, it was probably எனக்கு post boys itself I had எனக்கு ஒரு அதுக்கு further acting பண்ணுறதுக்கான இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டுமே இல்லை. I thought boys was just an opportunity for that particular period. You come, you had fun, and we had fun for 1.5 years, and after that I was still a boy. I was still on the teens. I was 17, 18. So boys முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் எனக்கு I had no notions of continuing cinema because I wanted to become a footballer. So that was my main it might sound very exaggerated, but I wanted to become a footballer, and I wanted to become a goalkeeper and get settled in Manchester United as their goalkeeper. So that's how it was. And so I think I had no எனக்கு ஃபர்தராக ஆக்டிங் பண்ணணுமோ இல்லைனா அடுத்தடுத்து பெரிய பெரிய படம் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற எந்த நோஷனுமே இல்லை. ஸோ at that particular point, after boys, I went into a zen zone. I just started studying again, started doing my college again, which perhaps didn't go well, and then immediately followed the other opportunities in cinema itself. So then I thought, why not? Let me expand this territory and see how it works for me.
But having said that, you've been so early in your career, cult classic films like Kadal, Veil, somewhere into few years into your career, இந்த மாதிரி வந்து ரொம்ப performance oriented like நீங்க வந்து roles எல்லாம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. So where did that come from? Like how does your script choosing and script sense come from?
Probably I was lucky and I gifted, I would say. I think sometimes how much ever you work hard, how much ever everybody works hard to become successful. But sometimes the dots has to connect for you to get the right film. And that happened during that time. And I guess right directors with right producers with the right scripts came to me. And at least I guess I had some bit of knowledge, and till this point I believe I trust my instincts. So I'm a person who really trusts my instincts. So on the point la vechi paakumbodhu I think the dots were really connecting well, and that's why I could make Kadal, I could make Veil, Patil, Emton Magan, you name the films, everything had all the aura to attract the audience and become a successful film. So அந்த மாதிரி தான் எனக்கு it just happened. So till this point it has just been a one man army. நான் மட்டும்தான் கதை கேட்பேன். I'm the one who listens to the script. If it impresses me, if it impresses my instincts, எனக்கு அது கரெக்ட்னு பட்டுச்சுன்னா keeping in mind the current trend, keeping in mind the current audience pulse, all put together, if it works for me internally, then I would go for it. Till this point, till my last film Miral.
இப்போ நான் ரீசெண்ட் இயர்ஸாக வந்து லைக் ஹீரோ வந்து வில்லனாக பண்ணுறது, டிஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து ஒரு லீடிங் மேனாக மட்டும் பண்ணாமல் இது வந்து ஒரு கொஞ்சம் பாப்புலராக வருது. பட் இஃப் வி வர் டு அனலைஸ் யுவர் கரியர், யூ பிளேட் சார்ட் ஆஃப் த நெகட்டிவ், த ஆன்டி ஹீரோ வெரி ஏர்லி ஆன். Now multi-starers are getting popular again, you know, but you were in multi-starers from the beginning of your career. So it wasn't like you stuck to sort of, you know, one lane. You were always like breaking barriers and exploring. Is this something that comes naturally to you? Illana idu oru strategic career move madiri paakringala?
Illa, I guess it's all a cycle. I guess cinema is all about a cycle. The trend which is trending goes out of trend, and then after a point it comes again as a trend. From MGR sir ரிச்சாக்காரன்ல போட்ட பேண்ட் தான் இப்போ வந்து ஷீனோஸ்ங்கிறாங்க. That is how it works. அந்த காலத்தில் போட்ட பல பேண்ட்ஸ் தான் இப்போ ஜாகர்ஸுங்கிறாங்க. Palazzo, there's a lot of things which is hashtag trending, gets out of trend and then comes back again in trend. It's like ஒரு மாதிரி vicious cycle na adu. So அப்படி தான் எனக்கு வந்துட்டு I think that is how I've seen cinema for these 2 decades. When I did Chellame, which initial period I played a antagonist in the film, and அந்த டைம்லலாம் வந்துட்டு it is like a very எப்படி சொல்கிறது, hero stature உள்ளவங்க, they will not act as a villain. So that's the hero statures, hero stardom, that was on the time it was very strong. Villain nale they would feel that, you know, their hero stature would come down. Then due course of time cinema took its own trend, and then it changed. The perspective of cinema, actors looking into different characters, it's all changed. Then came a point where people thought, you know, doing a villain character panna, it gives you a lot of scope to perform. They started seeing villain in a different perspective. And again, that's how it worked. Then again, multi-starring. Na அந்த டைம்ல பண்ணும்போது my first multi-starring itself was Chellame again, Vishal's first film. So from there, then I did Veil பண்ணேன் பசுபதியோட, then I did Patil with Arya, then I did Vanam with Simbu. அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய multi-starring film அந்த டைம்ல வந்துட்டு again combining with another hero. A lot of heroes would not do at that point. And the time yarume pannala, because they felt again, you know, the screen space might be taken by another hero. So but I'm saying multi-starring is really good in all aspects, in terms of a visual treat, in terms of producers business wise seri, in terms of look, in the color of the film, everything changes when 2-3 heroes get together. So yeah, so I feel cinema is a cycle. It's a trend, another trend illam povum, then again it comes back. Now I guess cinema is just like an open book where everybody wants to do everything. I think Vijay Sethupathi broke that. A hero stature, a hero came, did characters, did guest roles, did villain. So that's how it works now. So yeah, that's how the trend works.
On that note, there was a film which Mr. Selvaraghavan was supposed to direct, starring you, Mr. Ajit and Mr. Dhanush. அந்த படத்துக்கு என்ன ஆச்சு, ஏன் வரல? இது
ஒரு மிஸ்ட்ரி கொஸ்டினாவே எனக்குமே இருக்கு. Because there was a talk, Selva sir was on the talk pitching him 3 actors, and it would have been a biggest learning lesson for me as well, working with Selva sir, Dhanush, Ajit sir. So poach on the talk, it went on for a while, and then practically I guess that film could not take off because of different reasons. So it would have been a great film on my career if that would have happened.
What's your process as an actor? நீங்க இப்போ வந்து மெத்தட் ஆக்டிங் மாதிரியா, ஸ்னாப்பிங் இன் அண்ட் அவுட் ஆஃப் த ரோலா, லைக் எப்படி வந்து ஒரு கேரக்டர் அப்ரோச் பண்றீங்க நீங்க?
Well, it depends on what kind of role I do. If it's going to be a very zero complicated role, then I would not take too much into my head. I just go to the location, just get the script completely in my head and just perform. In the cricket they say, no, let's take one ball at a time. Let's take one scene at a time. Just perform that particular scene which what the director wants as well as what I want. ரெண்டுத்தையும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி blend பண்ணி அந்த டைமில் வந்துட்டு எனக்கு ஒரு ரியலிஸ்டிக்கான ஒரு அப்ரோச் நடக்கும்போது I perform in that way. But on the contrary, if you see, there are some films which you really need to do your own homework before stepping onto the set. அந்த மாதிரி படங்களுக்கெல்லாம் I take time. Method acting, I have not done it before. Couple of actors would follow that, but எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு pre-productionல homework for certain characters you need to do your homework. You need to, certain nuances சடனாக உங்களுக்குள்ள வராது. You have to sit and work on that as an actor and sit and work on what the director wants. And அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்கிரிப்ட் வந்துச்சுன்னா then I do my homework. I make sure I take at least 2 months time to make sure அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு என்ன வேணும், what the script demands, how much of the character requires inside out. So all these put together. But இப்போ நான் பண்ணுற படங்கள் எல்லாமே requires very ஒரு realistic performanceங்கிறனால I don't take too much into my head.
So what was such a character in which you had to really put your head
say into? For example, if you say from that time itself, Chellame எடுத்துக்கோங்க. Chellame was a time where I played my age though. It was like an adolescent boy who has unconditional love for the woman who raised him up. So அது வந்துட்டு I played my age, but that age, அந்த ஏஜ்ல that guy is little eccentric. He's not a normal raised boy. So how can be you eccentric? இதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்? What kind of nuances you have to create? For example, you அந்த வாய் கையை வந்து வாயில் வைக்கிறது, which a 16-17-year-old boy will not do. So which means அவன் எதுக்காக அதை பண்ணுறான். ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் அவனோட அந்த சின்ன சின்ன nuances of the inner kid comes inside. இந்த மாதிரியான ஆக்டிங் சின்ன சின்ன விஷயங்கள்லாம் வந்துட்டு I worked on Chellame. You take Patiyal where I played deaf and mute. So அப்படி அந்த கேரக்டருக்கு I went, approached a couple of people who were deaf and mute and saw how it works with them. அவங்க எப்படி பேசுவாங்க, அவங்க பாடி லாங்குவேஜ் என்ன. So these are the process I'm saying. Small nuances makes a lot of difference in overall படம் பார்க்கும்போது you keep implementing those small nuances in your acting. It makes a lot of difference.
Has cinema changed for then, or what would you say is lacking today in cinema as compared to 20 years ago when you came in?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's lacking. Cinema is absolutely fantastic. You have some brilliant creators who are coming in, breaking boundaries. Obviously, the filmmakers' perspective have changed. The way they have started seeing cinema has changed. The way they have started the thought process of writers' thought process. Probably in Tamil cinema scene, take Malayalam, you have a writer differently and you have a director differently. In Tamil, I guess a single person does the story, screenplay, writing, direction, everything all put together. So the complete writing pattern changed. So I wouldn't say there's nothing lagging, but only thing I would really love to see in Tamil cinema, which is little lagging behind, is doing films of family values, which is completely not there. Very few directors touch that particular, like in my career itself, half of my career was piled up with films which had a lot of family sentiments, which had a lot of emotional human values, which had a lot of relationship values. So அந்த மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் வந்துட்டு இப்போ ரொம்ப கம்மியாக இருக்குது. You see 1 or 2 films only which has all those. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி படங்கள் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு வெயில் மாதிரி ஒரு படமே திருப்பியும் எனக்கே யாருமே இந்த கதை சொல்லலை. ஒரு எம்டன் மகன் மாதிரி the family values உள்ள ஒரு ஃபிலிம் இருக்குல்ல. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி படங்கள் வந்துட்டு because I feel there are 2 things which can never be taken out from cinema. Love and relationship. Relationship can be in any format. Father and son, mother and son, sister and brother. So, and the love. ஸோ இது ரெண்டுமே வந்துட்டு எந்த பாயிண்ட்டில் எல்லா படத்துலையுமே எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்துகிட்டே தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி வேல்யூஸ் வச்சு படம் பண்ணுற ஃபிலிம்ஸ் மட்டும் கம்மியாயிடுச்சு. தட் இஸ் த ஒன்லி திங். பட் அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் தட் ஐ கெஸ் தமிழ் சினிமா இஸ் கோயிங், தமிழ் அண்ட் மலையாளம் சினிமா எஸ்பெஷலி ஆர் கோயிங் big time to a different league, and Telugu cinema as well. Yeah.
Speaking of which, you're not an actor that's limited to one industry. இப்போ ஹிந்தியில் படம் பண்ணுறீங்க, மலையாளமில் படம் பண்ணுறீங்க, தமிழில் படம் பண்ணுறீங்க, மல்டிபிள் லாங்குவேஜில் படம் பண்ணுறீங்க. How different is every industry, and do you have a preference as to, you prefer working with a specific industry as compared to others?
No, I would give a straight answer to this. Tamil industry is my first industry because that is the industry which is still feeding me. And that is where I've established my territory. So and it's my mother tongue. So என்னோட mother tongue the first preference is Tamil industry because I'm more comfortable in my own mother tongue. But as an actor, if you go and explore into a different industry, it gives you a lot of lessons. It gives you a lot of opportunity to explore yourself with different actors. Malayalam industry, I've done around 10 films. My latest couple of films, Malayalam was Shanam. Then 2013 I did Kudara. Then there was a film which had a lot of actors called Lord Livingstone, A.R. Kandi. So I got to work with a lot of good actors: Tovino Thomas, Sunny Wayne, Kunjaka Boban, Nirmudi Venu, and Reenu Matthews. So you put all these actors. அது எனக்கு தமிழ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் கிடைக்காது. தமிழ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் I do as a lead. மலையாளம் போகும்போது I can switch gears and I can go and work as the multi-starring characters. So where I get to work with a lot of good directors, Srinath, then Anil Radhakrishnan, and Ipo Shanam Panna director. So all these put together, I guess industry is all the same. It's all about start camera, rolling and action. And the language is different, the pattern of filmmaking is different. And Hindi, it's completely different, but it's all the same. So I don't find any difference apart from you exploring yourself and learning things from different industry.
You've played sort of supporting and character roles to big stars like Mr. Salman Khan and Mr. Mahesh Babu, big directors as well in these films. What does playing something like this do to your career?
So far, it has not damaged my career.
Yeah.
So sometimes it might misfire. Your calculation might go into a different direction, but I'm lucky enough that it has given me a good name. In fact, people, for example, you as a host in interviews asking me those questions sometimes if there's a huge the film goes in a different way, then I would not like to answer them. But now Spider was a good experience working with a big superstar like Mahesh sir. Salman Khan, again, he's a big superstar, working with him. Then I did Kudara with Mohanlal sir, again working with a superstar. So all those films, and in fact, working with Dulkar again in Kuru. So all these guys, all these films, in fact, எனக்கு இதெல்லாமே ஒரு நல்ல பேர் வாங்கி கொடுத்த படம் தான். I know I didn't fetch anything after that. அந்த படத்து மூலமாக எனக்கு அடுத்தடுத்து பெரிய படங்கள் வந்துச்சான்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா அது இல்லை. பட் அந்த படத்தோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இட் வாஸ் ரியலி குட். அந்த படத்தில் வந்துட்டு அந்த படத்தில் வந்துட்டு என்ன நோட்டிசபிளாக பார்த்தாங்க. ஸோ தட் இஸ் வாட் அந்த படம் சைன் பண்ணதுக்கான பலன். அவ்வளோதானே தவிர, பட் இட் வாஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் வித் ஆல் தீஸ் சீனியர்ஸ் டு மீ. இப்போ நான் வந்து 20 years ஆகிடுச்சு, பட் தேர் மச் மோர் சீனியர் டு மீ. ஸோ
பட் சார், குரூப்பில் உங்களை ரெக்கக்னைஸே பண்ண முடியாது. நான் வந்து கதையை ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி இருந்தேன். இது பரத் சார், அது வந்து
நிறைய பேர் அது சொன்னாங்க. பட் தட் இஸ் த ஆரா ஆஃப் தட் ஸ்கிரிப்ட் ஆக்சுவலி, பிகாஸ் இட் இஸ் அ பீரியட் ஃபிலிம் அண்ட் பீப்புள் எந்த கேரக்டர் பார்த்தாலும் ஃபஸ்ட்டு பார்த்தோன்னே இது சன்னிவேனை மட்டும்தான் யூ கேன் குவிக்லி ரெகனைஸ். அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் ஆல் த கேரக்டர்ஸ் வில் ஹேவ் இட்ஸ் ஓன் ஃப்ளேவர், வில் ஹேவ் இட்ஸ் ஓன் ப்ராஸ்தட்டிக்ஸ், வில் ஹேவ் இட்ஸ் ஓன் வார்ட்ரோப். ஸோ டக்குன்னு எஸ்பெஷலி என் கேரக்டர் போனதுக்கப்புறம் தான் they'll realize somewhere I've seen, oh, this is Bharath, okay. So that is what Srinath wanted to create, and it was good fun working with Dulkar and Indrajit sir. So நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி that is what we wanted to achieve, that people should not recognize me, and that's what we achieved.
Looking back at your career, what's the most crucial thing you've learned?
Learn to be patient. That is very important in cinema, because எல்லாருக்கும் everybody has their own destiny in cinema. Some people might get it very quickly, some people might get it and then it might take it back again. So which means what I'm trying to tell you is you have to be patient to keep prolonging in cinema. The longevity comes along with patience. It's all a package. And learn to face humiliation, because I'm still in the stature of a lead character. So the whole economics full-ஆவே என்ன பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்குது. What I'm saying is the business. So இன்னைக்கு ஒரு படம் ஓடிச்சு அப்படின்னா then that's a different ball game. இன்னைக்கு ஒரு படம் ஓடலைன்னா then it's a completely different ball game. So everything works on your success. So you have to learn to face humiliation. So these are the small things as the time went. Dhoni சொன்ன மாதிரி the journey la you have to enjoy the process rather than seeing the result. When you do the process correctly, I think the result will automatically follow. So that's what I've been doing.
And what does the future hold for you? What can we expect from you in that's coming up?
Well, I have a couple of films in Tamil only. My previous release, Miral, did really well in Tamil Nadu. And my next release would be a Malayalam remake called Love. Malayalam, it's called Love only. I think it released in COVID times in Netflix. So Shine Tom Chocko and Rajesh Vijayan did. So we have taken the rights and we have changed a little bit and we have done it. So that's going to be my next theatrical release in probably June, second week or third week. That's also called Love. Followed by it, I'm almost on the edge of finishing a film called Munnarivan. Munnarivan is a film which is like Final Destination. Munnarivan pre-notion, foreseeing something. That is Munnarivan. So that is my next film which is almost getting completed. Parallelly, I'm doing one with director of Veil, Vasantha Balan, which is for Z5. It's a series like Sural, web series, which is also on the process of getting completed. So Nadula, I've finished one film in Konkani. It's a Goan film which I want to go and explore a different territory. Let's see as an actor what I've got. Let me challenge myself, and that's why I went and did that film. So we haven't titled that film. That's for only IFFI and Goan film festivals. So that's about it. So right now I'm in the process of just taking a break and then starting my new film from June, second, third week.
Awesome. Is there anything else you have to mention to the fans, to the audience watching? Any message you have to send out there?
Well, I'm keeping it simple. I guess the one thing which I really like about my fans or general fans of Tamil cinema is they want to see some good films. It doesn't matter which actor is on the screen. It's all about your content. The moment you give a good content, they come and encourage the particular actor. And I've been so lucky that, the Tamil audience especially and the Malayalam audience, because most of my films are mostly in Tamil and Malayalam. So they have been so kind to me and they have never let me down in any point as long as I give a bad film. So that is the thing. So if I give a good film, they make sure they come see, they encourage, which is something which I'm truly blessed. That Kalidas was a pure example for that, which got released in 2019, and then Miral. So yeah, thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your love. This profession is such kind that, how much ever we work hard, it all depends on you people. When you go and watch it, we flourish.